Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Cases scheduled at the Winnebago County Courthouse are shuffled after a fire shuts the building down. What you need to know if you have business at the courthouse this week.
Illinois is among nearly 40 states to reach a historic settlement with Google. The payout is in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Find out how much Illinois will see.
Rockford gas prices drop for another week. A look at what drivers can expect heading into the holidays. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
A week ago, we were in the 70s across the state line, but tomorrow morning, we're expecting our first measurable snow of the year.
Let's go back over to the Weather Center. Candace King is there. Candace, how much snow are we talking?
Well, you know, the good news, it is not going to be a lot, although there could be some bands of some lake effect snow further off to the east that could add up a little further away from the lake because, after all, it is November, so lake water temperatures are still rather warm. But for us, that first snow always seems to be that initial shock, and it doesn't take much snow to come down to cause some impacts on the roadways, and that's kind of what we're looking at here for tomorrow morning. So once again, we have that winter weather advisory. This will go into effect early tomorrow morning for all of northern Illinois, and for most this does last through much of Wednesday morning. Now things are pretty quiet and dry, but we've got kind of these two low pressure systems, one to the north and then one across the far southern plains. These will kind of work in conjunction here over the next 24 hours to give us some generally light snow showers, and it's mostly light snow that we are going to see with this, although there could be some pockets of a little more steady snow to work in. So this evening, much of tonight going to stay dry. Likely won't be until about 4 or 5 o'clock that we start to see that initial band of some lighter snow begin to work in from the south and southwest. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, light snow will be coming down. Temperatures are going to be close to that freezing mark, so right at, if not a little below in a couple of spots. So some elevated surfaces, bridges, overpasses, those most likely to be areas where we see some of that snow kind of accumulate first, or some lighter accumulations. Main roads, because it takes a little while to really get that temperature to drop unless you get some heavy snow to come down, might be a little more on the slushy end. So some slick spots through tomorrow morning's commute, and then it's mostly lightly scattered throughout much of the afternoon. As temperatures gradually warm, may see a little drizzle kind of mixing in as well. This is not the only chance, guys, that we have for snow this week. There's some additional opportunities for it, and then a lot of cold too coming up. So I'll highlight all of that a little later in the forecast.
Talk about easing into winter. All right, Candace, thanks. Police say the woman driving a car that killed an Illinois family this summer was drunk. According to investigators, 22-year-old Jennifer Fernandez had a blood alcohol level double the legal limit. Back in July, she was headed the wrong way on I-90 in McHenry County. Fernandez died, so did everyone in the other car, the Dobush family, mom, dad, and their 4 kids. A 5th child, a friend of the family, also died.
The Winnebago County Courthouse will remain closed all this week. Work is still being done after a fire at the facility. All cases originally scheduled in the Winnebago County Courthouse are canceled unless the Circuit Court's scheduling page indicates proceedings have been moved to virtual court or another courtroom. If there's no information indicating a move to an alternate courtroom or virtual proceeding, the court date has been canceled. We do have a link to the scheduling page on our website, mystateline.com. There's still no update on when the courthouse could be reopened. Google's agreed to pay nearly $400 million to Illinois and 39 other states over allegations of violating user privacy rules. The state attorneys general accused Google of misleading people into thinking they turned off location tracking in their account settings when in fact the company was still collecting information. Under the settlement, Google will also make its location tracking disclosures clearer starting next year. Illinois is getting nearly $20 million.
The city of Rockford enters a new partnership to bring new affordable housing to the Forest City. Region 1 Planning Council is teaming up with the city of Rockford, Rockford Public Schools, and Rockford Area Habitat for Humanity. Habitat plans to build 30 new single-family homes in the Emerson Estates subdivision that's across the street from Auburn High School. Rockford Public Schools hopes teachers from the high school will buy some of the homes. A new connective multi-use path will connect that subdivision to the school campus. The plan is also to make the neighborhood Rockford's first all-electric subdivision.
To make this subdivision all electric, to not be reliant on natural gas, to be able to dig geothermal wells right here where we stand to ensure that our homeowners were not reliant on natural gas in the future. That means so much.
The partnership plans to have the homes built in the next 3 years. We'll have more on this project coming up in our newscasts at 9 and 10.
Gas prices in the Forest City continue to fall. Prices in Rockford have dropped over 12 cents in the past week. The average price of gas is now at $4.07. That's about 20 cents lower than a month ago. According to Gas Buddy, the supply of oil in the Great Lakes region is loosened. That's allowed prices to drop below $90 per barrel. Experts say prices should continue to drop leading up to Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving Day prices will still be the most expensive on record. A local family is using a painful experience to help others with their own medical journeys.
You have until the end of today to apply for a grant from Sam's Sweet Heart. The organization works in honor of siblings Avery and Sam Bartell, who both died before turning 1. Their parents are supporting other children with a complex medical diagnosis.
It's devastating to find out that your child has a complex medical condition. With Alyssa's second daughter, Avery, who passed away, she found out when she was pregnant that she had a complex medical condition that may not be compatible with life outside of her pregnancy. And it's something that really shook the family. It's something that they've been looking forward to. They were preparing, the entire family was preparing. And it's not something that anyone can really understand unless you've gone through this.
The application closes today. It's open to families in Winnebago, Stepp, Henson, Boone, and Ogle counties. We have a link to apply. Just find this story on our website, mystateline.com.
Eyewitness News wants to recognize the remarkable women in our community. You can help by nominating a woman who's made a tremendous difference in self-achievement, community contribution, or family impact. To enter, go to mystateline.com, click on the Community tab, then the Remarkable Women button, or you can just scan the flow code that you see right there with your cell phone on the screen. Thanksgiving is a little more than a week away, and food pantries are preparing to feed families in need. The Rock River Valley Pantry says compared to last year, they haven't had much luck with turkey donations.
Emery Wilder spent some time with the organization's executive director about the pantry's plans this holiday season. Emery, the group's able to give away Thanksgiving food boxes through a grant from a local business.
That's right, Eric and Mimi. The Rock River Valley Pantry is community-based, so they rely solely on contributions. But they are able to purchase food at 2 to 3 times the retail rate when going through food brokers, which is why one official tells me a donated dollar goes such a long way.
Donors make all the difference to the people who are in need of food.
This time of year, donations are needed more than ever at local food banks like Rock River Valley. With 2 big holidays coming up, Executive Director Kim Adams-Bakke says it's their goal to help as many families as possible.
As a food pantry, we focus more on Thanksgiving because it is a time for families to gather and have a nice holiday meal together.
According to Adams-Bakke, Rock River Valley starts preparing in August by asking donors to fund their Thanksgiving campaign.
And when the monies start to come in, then we order boxes of non-perishable goods as well as turkeys, and then we also add a lot of different other items to those boxes. We add the extras, you know, a pie and rolls and butter and a gallon of milk and additional green beans for the traditional green bean casserole. So I would say we're up around over $40 by the time the food box is complete.
Adams-Bakke says the pantry is seeing increased costs just like everyone else. In return, they are seeing less turkey donations from the community.
We feel the impact every single day, as do our donors. Our numbers, our client numbers, they're up 97% from a year ago. So we're assisting right now over 3,500 individuals. Last month we had 240 new households.
The most needed items right now at the pantry include canned fruits and veggies, peanut butter, pasta and rice, cereal, and soups. They're also still accepting turkey donations for Christmas. Eric, Mimi?
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, this week it's a little more active as we've got our first light accumulating snowfall. Yes, we had some minor snow come down on Saturday. Actually did amount to about 2/10 of an inch, but we've got additional snowfall coming up within the next 24 to 36 hours, and then a few additional snow chances coming in here later this week, and then some really cold temperatures set in as we look towards the end of this week and for the upper upcoming weekend. Things are pretty quiet out there right now. We've got a little bit of clearing taking place in a couple of spots. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera out in Rochelle, down to the south and southwest. We've got an area of low pressure, couple low pressure systems to the northwest. You've got some light snow coming down across Wisconsin. The main low pressure system now moving through the southern plains. Those two storm systems work in conjunction to give us our lighter snow here as we look through the day on Tuesday as well as into Wednesday. So let's plan this out because there are more than likely going to be some impacts tomorrow morning. Not significant impacts, but that first snow, even if it's an inch or two, always has a big impact on those roadways. So tonight, early tomorrow, going to stay dry. About 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll start to see kind of our first snow band begin to work in from the south and southwest. This will continue to lift to the north here through northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin as we go through sunrise. So notice about 6, 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock. We've got some light snow coming down, but it will be a steady snow that comes down. As we get a little further into the morning, we start to see some breaks in that, but we hold on to some lighter snow showers as we look towards the afternoon. As temperatures slowly climb above that freezing mark, there may be a little drizzle that kind of mix in. You might actually have more rain showers closer to Lake Michigan as that warmer air comes in. Now, one thing we may have to keep an eye on are the impacts of some lake effect snow banding that could take shape across parts of McHenry County, maybe even far eastern Boone County and parts of eastern DeKalb County too, and even getting into Walworth County tomorrow. There, snowfall totals may go up just a little bit if we see some of those heavier bands begin to take shape, but for most this is going to be lighter snow. We hang on to some flurries, some light snow showers, kind of watching this band that may set up here as the back edge of that low pressure system rotates in. Early Wednesday, that could drop visibility again Wednesday morning for the commute, provide another additional inch of snow or so as that kind of works in from north to south as we go through Wednesday, and then that clears out by Wednesday night. Winter weather advisory again goes into effect for all of northern Illinois. This will begin early Tuesday morning and for most last through Wednesday morning. So our snow begins before sunrise Tuesday, mostly light. Impacts to travel possible, not necessarily on the main roads because those may be a little more slushy, but again, just kind of take your time tomorrow morning. Bridges, overpasses, that's where we tend to typically see more of the impacts just as temperatures stay below freezing, and then that light snow will continue during the day on Tuesday, and then additional snow chances coming up as well. Temperatures right now in the 30s. We're about 29 degrees. That's where we head for the overnight. I think we're looking at generally about 1 to 3 inches area wide. May see a little less than that, 1 to 2 once you get south of that Interstate 88 corridor, but about 1 to 3 inches coming up for all of us as we go throughout the day tomorrow, and then adding that up as we go through the afternoon on Wednesday. We've got another chance for some lighter snow coming in on Thursday too, guys. This is with a cold front. Might have to watch potential on Thursday for some snow squalls as that comes in just with a powerful cold front. And then look at those temperatures, tumble 20s by the end of the week, overnight lows in the teens.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The losses keep piling up for the Bears, but so does hope for the future. Some young guys keep stepping up, most notably Justin Fields. He keeps setting NFL records now every time that he takes the field. In the last 2 weeks, he's rushed for 178 yards and 147 yards. He's the first Bear to rush for at least 147 yards in consecutive games since some running back named Walter Payton did it in 1984. Another young player who's emerging as an offensive weapon for the Bears is tight end Cole Kmet. He's caught 4 TD passes in the Bears' last 2 games. Kmet says his recent success has a lot to do with defenses being concerned with stopping Justin Fields.
You know, being able to, I think, have a guy first like Justin where you don't know run or pass, that's a big deal for me. And, all the blocking I do in line and being able to release off of that and do some things, kind of off of the runs that we have, have really helped me out a lot too. So, and then you just get good matchups against guys.
The Packers are equally excited about what they might have in rookie receiver Christian Watson. He finally showed yesterday why he was worthy of a high draft pick when he burned the Cowboys for 3 touchdowns. That performance might give him the confidence boost he needed.
And obviously, when more opportunities came my way, I wasn't down. I was, cool, calm, cool, and collected, and more opportunities came my way.
The Nick 10 All-Conference football picks for this year are out. The coaches have chosen Boylan Junior quarterback Connor Dennis as the conference's offensive MVP. Dennis was one of the many reasons why the Titans won the Nick 10 championship. Belvedere North linebacker Nick Winters was named the conference's defensive MVP. He showed a knack for making big plays, none bigger than that pick six against Boylan that helped the Blue Thunder defeat the Titans. And Harlem's Bob Moynihan has been named the Nick 10 Coach of the Year. He guided the Huskies to a quarterfinal berth in the playoffs and a solid Nick 10 season, despite his team being hit with numerous key injuries. For a complete list of the all-Nick 10 team, go to mystateline.com. And there is still some football to be played in the Rockford area this weekend and perhaps the following weekend. This Saturday in the semifinals, Forreston will play at Lena Winslow at 2 o'clock in a 1A semi. Sycamore will host Nazareth Academy at 2 o'clock in a 5A semifinal. And Byron will travel to IC Catholic in Elmhurst for a 3 o'clock kickoff in a 3A semifinal. One of the greatest amateur wrestlers in the history of this country will be in Pecatonica later this week, Rulon Gardner. Gardner won the gold medal at heavyweight in Greco-Roman in the 2000 Olympics. He won the bronze in the 2004 Olympics. He was also a world champion. Gardner will speak at a dinner at Pecatonica High School Friday night. He'll also be part of a wrestling clinic on Saturday at Pecatonica High School. The events are fundraisers put on by the Pecatonica Sports Association. If you're interested in attending the dinner or would like to attend the clinic, you can find out how to register and purchase tickets by looking for this story on mystateline.com. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Our First Warning Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. Pretty quiet for now, but it becomes a lot more active with the snow showers that are expected to move in early tomorrow morning. Stay with us Tuesday, Wednesday, about 1 to 3 inches coming up, and then additional snow showers later this week.
All right, thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.